Hey everyone! Well, we're here. We're back, and today we're doing another anti-MLM video, and for this video we are going to go over to Reddit, filter by top post of this week, and just see what craziness the Huns have been up to. I wanted to thank you guys so much for the really nice comments on my last video of you noticing the better quality thanks to my new camera, so I just wanted to thank you guys for just taking the time to be like, hey, love the quality. Rude. So if you guys like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you really like it, please subscribe. Make sure to check out my description below for all my fun links. Links to my Poshmark, my Patreon, and my anti-MLM playlists are always linked below. And with that very short intro out of the way, let's get started. Best way to know if it's a MLM when they are adamant it's not a MLM. Oh, this is very small. Oh my goodness. Okay, there we go. We'll go with that. It's not the same. Pros and cons, MLM versus Q. I'm guessing like Q Sciences probably. So if it's an MLM mindset, pushes products, continually growing your team, 90% saturation rate, pay is average / always changing, pays until generation 5, focused on short-term goals, free car incentives, and then things that make them the same, multiple streams of income, and they're both network marketing. And then Q, this is what makes them different. Business owner mindset, shares biz opportunity, only need 2 biz partners. Less than 1% saturation, pay is predictable, pays infinite levels deep, focused on long-term goals, debt payoff, and retirement growth. Did you know those companies that offer a free car aren't really giving you a free car? It's actually a lease put in your name. And if or when you don't maintain that rank, guess who's responsible for paying that lease note? You. Again, love. Why put yourself into further debt? I mean, well, if you join a certain MLM, you're also putting yourself into further debt. Could that MLM be Q Sciences? I'm not saying. But I just love so much when they hate on other MLMs because they literally act like theirs is like the anomaly. Theirs is the special one. Theirs is the one that has all the answers. But then, isn't that what a lot of them say when they get into, like, they join a different MLM and then they get out and they're like, no, it's really this one. This one all along was the best one. Even though I know I said that one was the best one, it's really this one. And MLM mindset, isn't that what you have in Q Sciences? It's like the whole point of like recruitment and selling products. You know, it's like pushes products. Selling a product is, no matter what, pushing products on people. You want people to buy so that you get a commission. Whatever wording you want to use, I guess fine, but these two circles need to be just, they're right on top of each other, no different. Q Sciences is an MLM, plain and simple. I hate this so much. Look at what our elves got themselves into last night. My elves certainly know the importance of fueling their bodies, high protein, low carb, low sugar, packed with vitamins and probiotics, no artificial colors or sweeteners. They even found their way into 2 of my favorite boxes. I hope they left some for me. And we have Optavia with their chocolate fudge pudding and their creamy double peanut butter chip bar. This is such a bizarre way to try and sell your product because the elf on a shelf is meant for children. But your MLM is clearly not meant for children. You're wanting people to, of course, ask you about this, but weird to use elf on a shelf as a way to market your MLM products, because one is made for children, one is definitely, well, not made for anyone, but definitely not made for children. So just a bizarre way to get people to be like, oh my god, tell me more. Or be like, no. The cringe is through the roof. And by the way, I'm glad those elves are not a thing in my country. Yeah, I don't know if that's just like an American thing, and it's only been in the last like maybe 10 years, I think. I remember the first time I saw people like talking about elf on a shelf, and I was like, what is it? Like, I just had no idea what it was, and then I think like somebody explained it to me, or I saw someone talk about it, and I was like, oh, that's actually pretty cute. It's a cute idea, but when you use it to promote your MLM, the cuteness factor becomes just the cringe factor. Shared by a Zaya rep. Beautiful women and full-time mom. Owning a business means you don't punch out at 5. Sometimes you work 90 to 100 hours a week for zero income. Nobody speaks on it, but that's the reality. That is true in the sense of owning a real business. Like, you do put in a lot of work up front to eventually get income depending on what the product is. But the thing is that in an MLM, their selling point a lot of the time is like, we already have, you know, an established product for you. We do all the customer service, we do all the shipping. So it takes out those factors and makes it easier for the rep to supposedly make money because you're taking out like a lot of factors. But no, if nobody buys the product and nobody wants to join underneath you, yeah, you're working 90 to 100 hours a week for zero income. Like, that's not good. That's not good. And you're not a business owner. And it's like the fact that like they tell these people, oh, well, that's just a part of owning a business. You know, you're going to work really hard, but eventually you will see the outcome. And it's like, if nobody's buying from you for hours and hours and weeks and months, that's a problem. That's a really big problem. And just, it's like, well, you're a business owner, so, you know, it's the trials and errors of being a business owner. Just a way to keep them involved in the MLM and so they don't leave. It's like, oh, well, this is supposed to happen. No, it's not. Like, they're taking out the hard work, supposedly, of, you know, creating a product and the customer service aspect of it, and which, to be fair, you do have to still do customer service in your MLM because you have to keep up with your team and what they're doing and, you know, answer their questions. And, you know, if a person does have an issue with the product, more than likely they're going to go to the person that sold it to them. So there's a lot more to it that they don't ever talk about. I mean, but that's the reality. Hey hun, you too can work 90 to 100 hours a week for zero income. Hashtag girl boss. Isn't it funny to think that most people spend 90 to 100 hours a week also earning zero income? The difference is that those hours are usually spent having fun, relaxing, sleeping, and doing literally anything that isn't work. That is, yeah, that's very, very true. Very true. Jennifer Aniston was in an Aveeno commercial and a collagen commercial. The public goes out and buys those things because they think they'll get Jennifer Aniston skin. She clearly uses those products. Covered face, or see no evil monkey, and the blah, blah, monkey. I don't know what that one is. Your friend shows on social media, who you've known for years, about a product she actually uses daily and has made a significant impact in her life. But you don't even bother to like the post because they're obviously only sharing to make money off of you or to trap you. Jennifer takes away millions from that commercial and doesn't even use the products. Your friend pays her bills, has kids in sports, is drowning in debt, praying for time with her babies, and has a heart to help. We've been conditioned to support celebrities, all because it isn't network marketing. Something to chew on. Hashtag break the stigma. No, that's not, you're not an influencer. You're not, like, they pay Jennifer Aniston because yes, they know that that's probably going to sell product, but, and who knows, she may actually use Aveeno. You know, you can't say. But the difference is that they're not trying to recruit you when you buy Aveeno. They are paying for you to be advertised to. They're not, you know, having people pay into the business and then be walking billboards for them. More than likely, if this friend owned their own business and made their own product, that they would purchase from them because there's not an asterisk attached to it. There is always an asterisk attached to network marketing jobs, MLMs. It's never you just buy a product and you're good. They're gonna ask you a bunch of questions like, how did you like it? Do you want to buy more? Do you also want to do what I do? Do you need extra income? It just comes with so much more attached to it. And you're not just supporting your friend. You're supporting a $1 million, $1 billion industry of MLM. The MLM that they are a part of is probably worth $1 billion. Jennifer Aniston is paid to promote Aveeno. You are not paid in an MLM to promote the MLM. They like to pretend that you are, but you're just a salesperson for them. You're also doing the advertisement because a lot of MLMs don't need to pay for advertisement because you're doing that for them. So you're selling the product and advertising it for them for free. Actually, you're paying them to do that, which MLMs, man. Like I said, the MLM industry, it's garbage. You know, whoever creates the MLM, they always make so much money. Like, it's smart for the people at the top, but it's awful for people at the bottom. It's super unethical. It's super gross. Praying for time with her babies, but I thought they get so much family time when they own their own business. I was actually impressed that she admits she doesn't have time for her kids and is drowning in debt. Wonder how long it was before her upline told her to edit or delete that post. Yeah, because that's negative. It's the truth, but it's a negative side of the truth, and you don't want people to think that they don't get time with their kids or that people are still in debt when they're in MLMs, because it's supposed to be the moment you join the MLM, your life is perfect, it's magical, it's wonderful, you have everything you could have ever wanted. A little word of advice: if you're leaving your MLM company, stop bad-mouthing them on social media. It's 100% affecting the businesses, the people who want to stay, and it does nothing for your reputation. Stay classy. Why would that affect you though? Isn't it your own business? Isn't it your company? So you shouldn't worry about what other people are saying. That's just their experience. They're just being negative and you're supposed to ignore that. So why would that affect you and your business at all? Maybe because they're sharing truth. They're not just bad-mouthing it for the sake of it. I just don't understand. They always think that, like, when people say negative things about MLMs, that people are just wanting to be negative for the sake of being negative. It's like, oh, you just hate seeing people succeed. You hate seeing women succeed. It's literally the complete opposite when people say they don't like MLMs, because MLMs don't see a lot of women succeed. Most people in MLMs, literally most people, don't succeed in MLMs. And the ones who do succeed are only successful because of the people who haven't succeeded. So how that's a positive thing for them, I don't know. But I guess, again, they're brainwashed. They truly want to believe that this is the answer that they have wanted for so long. And when people get to them at the right time and say the right things, and people don't know about MLMs, I understand why people join. They do genuinely believe that this is the opportunity that they've been looking for, because they promise all these things in these opportunity calls, like we see, and then they get in and it's like complete 180. It's like, oh, you actually have to work a lot. You have to start recruiting people. You have to do this. You can't say anything negative. You have to be on social media 24/7. It's like, when is that free time and that money that I was promised, like, before I joined? And it's like, oh, you'll see that. When? This is unbelievably manipulative. To all my Monate users, are you getting small sores on your head? Read up below. Believe it or not, sores, bumps, and scabs are a good thing. Hair follicles can lay dormant under the scalp for 5 years. If you have thinning hair, you have dormant follicles. That means for any number of reasons, the follicles have stopped producing hair. The good news is that we can get those dormant follicles active again. Once you wake up the follicle and jumpstart production, it's common for your scalp to feel itchy and even start getting pimple-like bumps or scabs where the hair is trying to come in. While it may be annoying, it is also exciting. It just means the treatment is working and it is stimulating those dormant follicles. So don't stop. How these Monate HUNs convince themselves that makes sense and that's a good sign, that is a positive sign. Instead of changing the formula and working hard to make it to where people's hair isn't falling out and there isn't bumps and sores and people's hair aren't thinning, they instead just train their reps to tell people that it's a good thing and to keep buying the product and keep using the product. That just shows what a nasty, horrible company they are, and that they only care about money. They will not change the formula to make it to where nobody is losing hair. Nobody is affected by this. Yes, not every single person is going to have an issue with it, but the fact that a good portion of people have, that's a problem that needs to be addressed instead of telling people, well, it's supposed to happen, or you're just a liar, or whatever. Like, that's a horrible thing to say. Like, if I saw this, and let's say I was, you know, any company, and this is how they dealt with issues, I would not be supportive of that company. And I think a lot of these people wouldn't be supportive of other companies if it was known that if you tried a certain product and it gave you like the worst, you know, you have a potential of having like the worst itchy rash ever, you know, it'd be like, okay, you know, I probably will stay away from that company. You know, if they're just telling people that you're supposed to have an itchy, horrible rash and that it's normal, they'd probably stay away from it. But in Monat, they're telling people, no, it's a good thing, just keep buying from us. It sounds bizarre, because it is. That's what the comments say. This is even worse than the normal gaslighting MLMs do. Feeling lumps on your breast? Don't get them checked. It just means our skin smoothing serum is waking up all those healthy skin cells that have laid dormant for years. While this is also terrifying, it is also exciting because soon those lumps deep in your breast tissue will come to the surface and convert into healthier skin and nails. See? Exactly. When you put it into terms like that, it sounds crazy. Like, you would never tell somebody to not go to the doctor because something is wrong. But in an MLM, it's like, oh, you have skin issues? Don't worry, that's totally normal. Oh, your hair is falling out? Totally normal. No. Any other thing, they would see an issue with it. But because they are getting paid to sell these products, okay, they're not getting, well, because they make a commission when they sell product. When your company makes people's hair fall out. So you're like, no, that's normal. Just keep buying. It's totally normal. We swear. How are you doing? Haven't heard from you. Hi, I'm doing okay. Good. I've just been worried about you. Sends 2 pictures. Lip bundle, mix and match your fave. Big lip bundle, mix and match your fave. Save up to 30%. Well, this one's 28% for just the lip bundle, and then you can really save. If you buy 3, you can save 30%. So they really, you know, if you buy 1 more, they boosted it a whole 2%. Then the OP says, how do you respond to this? I completely agree. It's like, hey, I was just checking on you. Just want to make sure everything was okay. I haven't heard from you in a while. And they're just like, hey, buy my product. I mean, I guess they were straightforward about it. At least they didn't go on this long thing of like, well, my life was going terribly until, you know, I found this great new job and I now own my own business. They never will say the word job because that's a no-no word. That's the bad word. They just straight up were like, hey, look at this. I'd be like, are you selling it? Like, what is going on? She must know that this person is in the MLM, so I mean, I agree. What do you say to it? You just ignore it. That's what I would do. I'd be like, well, they seem to be okay, I guess, but again, it's the wanting to profit off of your friends. Somebody genuinely reached out to you, clearly was worried about you and was just making sure you were okay, and you just are like, hey, buy from me. It's just very rude. Okay, so we've reached the end of the video. We all know what that means. It is meme time. So this one is pretty topical for this time of year. So, New Year's resolutions. You go first. I've resolved to stop being judgmental of others. I've resolved to start using essential oils instead of going to the doctor. I just broke my resolution. And OP says, I was trying so hard to be good this year. Oh, it's so true. The essential oil ones definitely are like that. They're like, I got rid of every single thing in my house that isn't an oil. We are just an oily family. I hate when they like use the term oily. I know it's what they're gonna like say, but it just sounds weird and creepy to me. I don't know. It's like, we're an oily family. It's like, that doesn't sound like a good thing. I wouldn't just want to be covered in oils all day. And I know they like bathe in them, they drink them, they lather themselves up in it, they, you know, give it to their kids and their pets. They're like, this is what I use instead of cooking. I just like put in black pepper oil and lemon oil. It's like, stop. Like, no, just diffuse it. You know, a little bit of lavender is okay. Like, that's fine. But like, why does your whole life have to become the MLM? Like, literally every aspect is like, no, we don't, you know, uplift everything and become only our MLM. And then it's like, you go to their house or you see their house and all they talk about is the MLM. And they're like, oh no, it's just something I naturally wanted to do. And it's like, I don't think anybody naturally wants to replace every single possible thing in their house with MLM products. I just always find it funny that they claim that you don't have to replace everything, you barely have to buy products, they're just selling the product and sharing the wonderful opportunity, while they literally always have everything in their life as the MLM, because nothing says I don't have to buy every MLM product while owning every MLM product. Alright you guys, that's the end of the video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. If you really liked it, please subscribe. Let's talk all things anti-MLM in the comments below, and until my next video, I will see you guys then. Bye!